Back again with another one. This time I'm doing a comparison between two games here. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 and Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. Now, this is an interesting one. Between the two of these games, I can't really say that I have a favorite. They both bring something to the table. One thing I didn't particularly like with Infinite World, they took away certain characters that were in the Budokai 3 and swapped them for new ones, as opposed to just adding on to what they already had. Another thing I didn't really particularly like was that they did away with the tournament mode as well as the beam struggles. However, the story mode is much improved, I believe. The story mode actually reminds me somewhat of Budokai 1's story mode, where you play through the game as you defeat an enemy, you'll get cutscenes and alike. I like that. Also, I didn't really like that they did away with the level up system that was in Budokai 3. But there are some new features that I can appreciate. They did add quite a few mini games to the story mode, similar to certain events that happen in the anime. Yeah, there's a lot of trade-offs between the two of these. Between the two, I can't really say that I have a favorite. I like the new characters that were added to Infinite World. Although, like I was saying before, there were characters that were missing that were in Budokai 3. For instance, like Oob, as well as Supreme Kai and Kid Goku from the original Dragon Ball series. One of the reasons that one thing I would say that I liked about Budokai 3 is it was the inclusion of Oob and the fact that it was Oob from the end of Dragon Ball Z. Most other games that he was in, it was the GT version, which that's fine, but I think having Z Oob was a nice inclusion. Also, I think it was cool that the method to unlocking him was to play through Goku's story mode the second time, and then you had to defeat Kid Buu using the Spirit Bomb. That shit's pretty challenging. It took me a couple of tries, but I eventually managed to do it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, like I said, between the two games, there's a lot of trade-offs, but I like them both. They're pretty evenly, I would say. Budokai 3 goes pretty cheap on eBay. Like I said in one of the previous videos, you can find a copy for around $25, $30, give or take. Infinite World is pretty rare by today's standards. I've seen some copies going for around $80, $85 to $100 and more. One reason for that is because it came out right around the end of the PlayStation 2 era. So the game is kind of a hidden gem, I guess you could say. It kind of went under the radar. So there wasn't really too many people that knew about this particular one. Another thing I should mention that they did away with the Dragon Rush in this game, which I didn't mind that. I like the Dragon Rush. I mean, it looked cool and everything, but it could become kind of repetitive within the gameplay. But yeah, that's my thoughts on both games. If you get the chance, I would say you check them both out.